dimethyltryptamine, DMT. This is the subject of the video. And so basically, if you've listened to other people's DMT stories of how they tripped and hallucinated and all that, well, first of all, some people consider it a hallucination, what they experience, but I don't. I believe that what people experience when they take DMT or ayahuasca or salvia or any one of those, any of the other ones, that produce that kind of a trip as well. Um, I believe that the experiences are real, and everyone that has done a hallucinogen believes that the experience is real, except for those that just don't understand that they're really like having a real experience and it's not just a reaction the brain is having to the drug or whatever they want to call it. But one thing that you'll notice in all of the DMT trips is you'll never hear anyone talk about the Reincarnation Soul trap when they have a DMT experience. It's like they'll ingest the DMT or smoke it or however, but basically it's the same theme in every trip. They take the DMT and within a few seconds they're blasted into an oblivion far beyond this world, and they're experiencing all kinds of things, seeing beings and experiencing becoming one with the universe and one entity and one consciousness and all that. They may even step into the light where we all return to after death and all that stuff. And I've never heard someone have a DMT trip or some type of a trip and come to the realization that archons and reptilians and greys and demantis beings are behind the Reincarnation Soul trap, and our souls are being reincarnated and all that. Like, there's never that conclusion. Nobody ever sees that in a DMT trip. Now, people do have bad trips. There are stories of people having bad trips and seeing like entities that mess with them and stuff. But there's a difference in a bad trip and having a trip that reveals something very major to you. There's a big difference in that. Seriously, though, if you go and you look through the long list of dimethyltryptamine, DMT trip videos and experiences, you will realize that it's the same theme. People experience becoming God. That's a big one. They become God and they become the source experiencing itself. They become the light of creation. They become the one consciousness and they realize there's only them. Like, they are the one consciousness. They are everything and everybody. They become Brahma. If you've ever heard of the Hindu textbook, they become Brahma and all that. They become the all. They have every type of marvelous experience you could have except for what the real truth is. And that is seeing the Reincarnation Soul trap for the truth of what it is right to the face. They don't see that. So it's making me wonder if DMT is some other worldly technology to keep us blind. You take this stuff and it takes you right to the heart of what they want you to see, the heart of the illusion. It's like if you're supposed to be tricked in the afterlife, then taking DMT to try to take a peek into the afterlife is just like going straight to the trick or the trap or the illusion, but not fully going there to the point to where you're fully out of your body and all that. But I believe this is a very strong technology type of thing that is used to keep us trapped. And some people say that you only have a bad trip on DMT if you're already in a bad state of being or a negative mind state. So it's a reflection of the inner you or something like that, your inner self, your true self. And it's kind of like you can see that that's some BS because when people go into the light when they die, those who have had the near death experience of encountering the light, they go into the light and they're met with unconditional love. And what happens? They're sent right back to earth after being loved to death. What does that tell you? That tells you that both fear and love can be used to trap you in this life. It's kind of like when a Christian dies and they experience Jesus or they see Archangel Michael or something, not knowing that what they're seeing is actually an archon in disguise on behalf of the Saturn moon matrix. Because I believe that's what the void is and the light in the NDE experiences and angels and Jesus and all that. It's all an elaborate system and different roles being played by different beings who work for the Saturn moon matrix. They're part of the Saturn moon matrix army, basically. That's their military. And in order to get the hell out of here and make sure we don't incarnate back down here, we got to get past that military system. And so, yeah, you can throw ayahuasca, DMT, salvia, and whatever else in there with the Saturn moon matrix, That's part of their technology as well. And it's good to know this, like somebody has to have these thoughts and ponder these things like myself and question everything. It's a big, elaborate system, and it seems like a daunting task to try to get past it. Personally, I think we can, and we can give it the middle finger on the way out too.